Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother 𝐤𝐤𝐃𝉉𝐄. First, I'm going to give all honor and glory to Yahweh. Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, 𐤇𝐤𝐃𝉉𝐄𝉉. I'd like to give double honors to my elders and the apostles of GMS, and shalom to the 𝐤𝐃𝉉𝐄𝉉 and the 𝐤𝐃𝉉𝐃𝉉𝐿 that may be listening, and to the household of faith, shalom, 𝐷𝐵𝐷𝐻 and 𝐷𝐵𝐷𝐻 to the 144,000, the house of David. So, what I want to go into, I was talking with a friend of mine, an old childhood friend of mine, and we was just talking about the differences of the generations, like our generation versus this new generation, and how different they are. They are very, very, we are very different, you know, and we were like going in, we were like, yeah, we were going in on them, we were going in on them, because for me, it's just, what I don't understand about this new generation is how they come outside. They come outside in pajamas and Crocs, and they be dingy, man. They be dirty, they be dingy looking. They got hair out to here. They don't comb their hair. They don't go to the barber shop and and get a neat haircut, edged up or nothing like that. They just like wow. They just like wild and untamed children, man. They just wild, man. And I don't remember growing up in the 80s. I don't remember us ever being as wild as this generation is here. We took pride in how we looked, how we presented ourselves, how we stepped out of the house. Shit, we wore penny loafers and shit like that. We got haircuts and we wore sweatsuits matching, and we made sure we were decent in our appearance. And our parents were like that too. Now these parents today, man, all these kids want to do today is play video games, eat up all the food, and smoke up all the reefer, smoke up all the marijuana. It's like since the white man gave them liberty to smoke marijuana, they smoke it everywhere and all day long. So we was looking at the differences. I mean, my generation, I know it was some things we did that the older generation didn't understand either. But this generation here is through. They are through. So I'm gonna go into that. Man, a little bit. I'm gonna go into that as best I can. And I mean, this generation is like void of all righteousness, man. It's like they are void of all righteousness. They don't know what righteousness is. They don't know what to be righteous is. To be righteous is to be set apart. They don't want to hear it. And if they're caught up in the churches, they definitely don't want to hear it. The churches, they have their own. They have this generation locked in. They have this generation locked into an effeminate spirit, man. It's a real feminine spirit going on in these churches. As far as the men, and it's a more masculine spirit dealing with the women. Wow. And so like the women are out of order and the men are out of order. And it's a scripture that speaks about that. The turning of things upside down. You know, that's Esau. It's Esau, man. It's Esau Edom. He turned this shit, man, upside down. Right? You know? The man operating like a woman, the woman operating like a man, and the children is just wicked. The children is just off, man. And yeah, so I'm gonna start with Deuteronomy 32:7, and it reads, "Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations." So you consider the years of many generations. You look back at different generations. "And ask thy father, and he will show thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee." So what you want to know, if you want to know something, you're a young person, you ought to go to your fathers and to your elders and your family and ask them, and they'll give you the way. They'll give you the way. And right, you know, our forefathers, they passed things down. They passed things down through word of mouth, or through writings, through scribes, or through scriptures. You know, we pass things down, but this generation don't want to hear that. And so it's like they're easy to rebel. They're easy to rebel. Like this generation is a rebellious generation. They you know, you can tell it in their behavior, man. You know, they run train. Oh man, there's some things I don't even want to go into that they doing now. That I mean, you got trains being ran on women and men. You got trains being ran on women by men. You got trains being ran on men by men. This is a wicked generation, man. It's a rebellious generation. This is Jeremiah 6:16. We start at 16. And it reads, "Thus saith Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. Also, I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sounds of the trumpet." And the watchmen are the prophets of Yahweh by Shema Shai. I'm speaking about the prophets and men of GMS, and those that agree with that, with our doctrine, with the doctrine of GMS. Those men, those are the watchmen. And it reads, and it says, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. And those men are blowing the trumpet. When you go out in the highways and byways, when you go out in the street and you teach or you preach, you blowing the trumpet for other nations can hear. So no, not Salaki, not the other nations, but the elect can hear the word and come back to Yahweh by Shema Shai. And that's all what it's about. It's about us coming back. It's about us repenting. It's about us repenting and repenting, changing our ways, and coming back to Yahweh by Shema Shai. So I'm gonna read. That was Matthew. That was no Salaki. That was Jeremiah 6:16 to 17. I'm gonna read Matthew 11 and 16. And Matthew 11:16 reads, "But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the market and calling unto their fellows." This generation doesn't want to hear reproof or correction. They don't want to hear reproof or correction. They don't want to hear it. They walk right past you. They walk right past you like they ain't talking to you. And they don't consider. They ain't trying to hear nothing but what the new song is. What new raps come out. What new blunt raps come out. What new video games come out. And they want to eat 𝐤𝐤𝐃𝐉𝐿 all day in pieces and get fat. You know, but they don't want to hear reproof. And that's what Matthew 11:16 going into. It says, "But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the market and calling unto their fellows." So they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear no. They don't want to hear reproof or correction. They don't want to hear that. The nation of Israel, we was the same way. We was the same way. The law was given to us. The law was given to us. You know, but we in a different thing. We you know, it's a difference between between us and them. Between the 1/3 and the 2/3. It's a difference. So this is Hosea 4:6. And Hosea 4:6 reads, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, of thy power, and I will also forget thy children." And so, you know, like I said, we were given the laws. We were given the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai. And Hosea 4:6, you know, that's speaking to us. I'm going to read 2 Timothy 3:1. It says, "This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy." And pretty much that's today's youth, man. That's today. That is what's going on with this generation right here, man. You know, that whole thing. That whole 2 Timothy 3:1-5. And they love themselves, man. They love themselves. Social media, these different media platforms, it's all about them. They get up on there, take pictures of themselves, always showing what they doing. Like it's one, I was walking down the street, I seen this billboard of this Eve, right? And this Eve, she got a blue satin dress on. The background is blue satin. And this billboard is just an invitation to her party, to her birthday party, which we don't celebrate those days. You know what I'm saying? We have our own high holy days and we're supposed to celebrate. Those kind of days are Babylonian, Roman, Greco-Roman holidays. Those are them. You know, we don't celebrate them birthdays and stuff like that. So, what's this? Okay, let me read this. It's Amos 6. Amos 6. And it says, ye that put far away the evil day, and cause the seat of the violence to come near, that lie upon beds of ivory, and scratch themselves upon their couches, that drink wine in bowls, and anoint themselves with the chief ornaments, the ornaments, but they are not grieved for the affliction of Joseph. And that going into how this generation, they don't care as long as they got their diamonds, they got their designer clothes, and they got their ride, they got their Hellcat, they got that Charger or that foreign whip. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. Then this is for Philippians. This is Philippians 3:18. And Philippians reads, for many walk that they are enemies of the cross of Yahushua, whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things. So that's today's society, man. That's today's society. That's the world. That's the world right there. That God is their own belly. They do what pleases them. They ain't into following instruction. They ain't into being reproved. Some of them you can't even approach. With this truth. I don't approach nobody with this truth, pretty much. If we get in a conversation and we agree, our spirits agree, you know what I'm saying, then I'll start speaking a little bit. And then if I see that you reciprocating, we supping together, you throwing back, like that, then yeah, okay, I go as deep as I can, go as far as I can with what I know, and that's that, with what the Lord give me to give, and that's that. But as far as like, nah. And like, these judgments, man, when these judgments come, these kids gonna be through. But it look like the first thing gonna go, one of the first things is gonna go, right? This is just me speaking as a man. One of the first things gonna go is food, water, and electricity. When those things go, man, it's gonna be crazy out here, man. It's gonna be crazy out here, man. When they implement that mark of the beast, and you gotta make that choice to get that chip in your hand or in your head to eat or to go somewhere or to move around or to just function like it used to, they're gonna be lost, man. Generation gonna be lost. But they ain't listening to nothing, man. They ain't listening to nothing. All they listen to is what the world tell them to do. They ain't listening to this. They ain't listening for the spirit. They ain't listening for the they just listen for the cardinal. They're not listening for the spirit. And so gotta listen to this for the spirit, man. With Yahweh gonna judge this nation, man. But anyway, let's go to this. Isaiah 3:12, and it reads, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err. So that's the world. The world leads you, and it causes you to err. You got like I said earlier, you got the woman acting like the man, you got the man acting like the woman, and that's not how it's supposed to go. It's supposed to go Yahweh Shai, man, woman, and children. Like that. That's the order. That's how it's supposed to go. Not like today. Today, this world is all messed up. This is Matthew 23. And it reads, verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. And yeah, you know, it was some more to that. Matthew 23 and 36. But I'm just reading the opening, you know what I'm saying? But it's more to that. You can tell by the way it's read, by the way it's written. It says, verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. And it's probably going into those things. In Matthew 23, 36, 37, and so on. But this is, I can never get this right. Malachi 4:1 reads, for behold, the day cometh, thou shalt burn like an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. So the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai gonna burn this place up. That's going into the lake of fire. United States, all the United States is going to be turned into fire. It's going to be fire. It's going to be nuclear warhead missiles and the missiles and the lasers from the chariots that come and destroy America. It's going to destroy America, and this is going to be nothing but fire. And after that, nothing is going to be a memorial of what not to do, of how not to live. And ain't nobody going to live on this side no more. Nobody going to live on this side. But the remnant, you have a remnant out here that was made to come back to Yahweh by Shema Shai before the foundations of the earth, when they was in heaven. They were made already to come back to the Lord, Yahweh by Shema Shai. I'm going to read Romans 11 and 5, and it reads, even so then, at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. So through grace, an elect has been chosen by Yahweh, by Shema Shai. And grace is like mercy. Grace is like mercy unearned. Like, you can't earn grace. Like, grace is given to you, just, out of the mercy of Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can earn to gain grace. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So, it has to be given. So, by grace, we're saved. And you can say that. You can say that at the end, by grace we're saved, because no one knows who the remnant, well, I'm not going to say no one knows who the remnant is, but you can look, and you can look at yourself, and you could be like, okay, I ain't doing what 2/3 doing. I ain't doing what the world doing. I'm trying to do what the Lord's statutes and commandments say. I might be of the elect, hopefully elect. That remnant. This is Job 2 and 28. And Job 2 and 28 reads, and it shall come to pass afterwards that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. I got one more. Ecclesiastes 12 and 1 reads, remember now thy Creator in the day of thy youth. So that, remember that. Remember your Creator in the days of your youth. And when you're young, some of us get it. Some of us get it when Yahweh Shema Shai give it to you. I was 55 when the brother read Deuteronomy to me. 28:36, I believe. He read one of the curses to me. No, he had me read one of the curses. And I was 55 then. And so the Lord, 𐤇𤎃𤐃𝐉𝐿, that He's kept His truth on me until now. You know what I'm saying? And I pray that He don't take it away. I pray that I pray for an enduring spirit till the end. You know, and I just thank Him. I just thank Him because like we used to say this at a camp I used to attend. That this truth is like you've been given a lottery ticket with all 6 numbers, not 5. Nah, you hit it straight. You hit it straight. This truth is like that. It's like, you know, it's a blessing. It's a blessing all the way around to be given, to be shown mercy, man. To be shown mercy, you know. And that's my name, and that's the name Yahweh Bashar Shah gave me. 𤤇𝐿𝐃𝐉𝐿. That's mercy. Yahweh's mercy. And I'm thankful to be given that name. Because like in my youth, I didn't consider the ways. I didn't. Like that scripture say, I didn't consider that. I didn't consider, you know, my creator in my youth. You know, but the 𝐷𝐿𝐃 Shah, you know, he showed mercy to who he showed mercy to. So that's all I have. I hope it was edifying. I hope I ain't sound crazy and shit, you know. But sometimes it sounds crazy to me. I hope it didn't sound crazy to you. And the 𝐷𝐿𝐃 for another day in the truth. Shalom. Ahabatham. Yahweh. Shalom, Ashukah. Shalom, Ashukah.